You're listening to the Media Man Dan Podcast. Promoting people with passion all over the globe. Interviews every weekend. Album reactions every month. This is your host, Media Man Dan. Let's rock! What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Media Man Dan Podcast. Today, I have one of the best guests I've ever had on the show returning to talk about a brand new single that has not even released yet. This is an absolutely romantic tale of two wonderful people. One of them you might know, and the other is a surprise. So, we're going to talk about this incredible song, which is now called When I'm With You, and that is the brand new love song from Yafania, and it is truly a masterpiece in the work of bubbly feeling. So thank you for this song, and thank you for your time today, Yafania. It is great to have you back on the show. How are you doing?
Well, I'm doing great. Is this our fourth interview? This is number 4, baby. This is the 4th interview. Wow. I'm convinced by 8th interview, it's just going to be us in like Sith Lord, like cloaks.
Do it. I will full on wear all my Star Wars gear. I have a lightsaber still. I know I do. It's in my closet somewhere.
Do you have a blue one?
No,
or like
unfortunately. I
have
don't.
a Sith one.
I have the red one, yeah.
We can both have the Sith lightsabers. I love that.
That's how we start the chat. It'll be like about another love song, and it'll just be like
playing with the lightsaber while we're talking about the song. So what were you thinking on the new song?
So speaking of the song, because I'll never stay on track anymore, I don't think my interviews actually are conventional. I think that my interviews are something of the anomaly of somehow they're really fun to listen to and have absolutely no focus, except for those little moments that get really deep.
That's okay, because that's what we need. We need these like coffee chats, this type of like energy.
So true, so true. All right, so the brand new song, which I keep forgetting the name of, isn't that amazing?
When I'm With You.
When I'm With You. The last thing I want to do is say a copyrighted title over it, but it reminded me of Miranda Cosgrove's When I'm Kissing You.
Stop!
Or Kissing You, that's it.
Stop! I love that song. I actually listened to it 2 days ago. When I'm Kissing You. Wow. That is so sweet. That is such a big compliment. And that is that means a lot, especially because you're a music critic. Mm-hmm. So that's a lot. Thank you for noticing that. It wasn't intentional, by the way.
No.
Yeah.
And probably subconsciously inspired by, but so like the same vibe. You just feel great while listening. And it's just everything in your world works because you're with this right guy.
The fun. There's a song called The Right Guy.
Yeah.
I love it.
But The Right Guy has this vibe, and Don't You Want to Be With Me has a different vibe. And then this one returns to that right guy vibe. However, like you said before the chat, which you guys can check out on Patreon, it was like this realization period of what was happening in The Right Guy. And this one is just like the bubbly, the butterflies, the everything you feel the first time falling for someone, and just that overall romantic look on everything. And as I said, it's very Hallmark, and I love it. I'm all about it. So how did you end up writing this amazing song, and what did you want to tell your fans when you wrote it?
Well, whenever I write music, I write for myself first and foremost, and then something that becomes mine becomes a shared experience. So, which is always the best part of making music. But when I wrote this song, I truly was approaching it from the perspective of being head over heels in love. Because When I'm With You, the song, is all about falling in love with a person and finally getting the moment you've always dreamed of. There's no longer a what if, are we an item? Those are like Justin Bieber lyrics.
Are we an item? Girl, quit playing.
Is it a will they, won't they situation? Now we're past talking stages, we're together. And that's the sweetest moment that's portrayed in When I'm With You. And there's library imagery, the lyrics, there's a lot of references to pages and storybooks and soundtracks and the stars aligning and all of this beautiful romantic imagery. And when I wrote it, it was really important for me to portray just the highest of highs you feel when you got the person you wanted. It's the moment you always dreamed of. You're finally with the person and you're at the highest highs you've ever felt. And that's really what I wanted to give my audience in the song, just the intense feelings. And then even in the outro, which you can tell, when it's like,
Most of the when I'm with you, I've never felt more alive.
and then it immediately ends. Because that really is the entire basis of the song. Like, yes, and with little rhymes, that's the ending lyric, and with little rhymes and too few page lines. Like, I can rhyme more, but like, there's not enough rhymes or page lines to write the rhymes on. But most of all, when I'm with you, I've never felt more alive, because that's the core. You've never felt more alive when you're with your person.
Yes, so true, so true. Also, pre-chorus, love the pre-chorus. It's so fun. It builds up perfectly. At first, I was like, "Is this the chorus?" And I was like, "No," but I'm loving where this is going. Like this
Yeah.
feels like a part 2. And it's funny that you say this is part 4 and that we're going to get part 3 somewhere down the line. It's just you're Star Warsing us.
Is it possible to learn this power?
I like it. I like it. You have it already figured out in your mind on how it's all going to fit together. This piece of the puzzle is just another amazing part of it. And yeah, so I was talking about Jurassic Park out of all things. The reason that I say that is because there are different periods and different eras of evolution when it comes to dinosaurs.
I love this. So I'm a T-Rex in this song. That's
is
what
the
I achieve in my
crustacean
music,
period.
guys. We're going all the way from, it's like evolution. We're going all the way from the water to being on land with this one. I love that.
Oh gosh, yeah, no, it came instantly to me. I was like, it's definitely the Sebastian as well with the crustacean idea, but crush station. It's very it's flirty. It's flirty and fun, but all genuine this time. Flirty and fun in the right guy was more of a one-sided perspective that you got from the video. Now, when you're listening to the song, you don't really catch that. It's more of a video thing. But when you're hearing this one, there's nothing to even like worry about. You're just in love. You're just head over heels. You're absolutely in the bubbly feeling the entire time. And I love that feeling. And, you know, as much as I listen to heavy metal and, you know, very violent and crazy and sad music, I also love me some Hallmark feels, and I just love High School Musical. I also was going to say, when you asked in the post, you were like, what song does this remind you of? I was like, definitely something from High School Musical.
We're breaking free. Yeah. You
Yeah.
could have liked it. You would have been like, breaking free.
Breaking free, yeah.
We're breaking free. Soaring, flying.
Send the gift for that one, yeah.
Yes, especially
I
like
love
on the stage. Yeah. With When I'm With You specifically, thank you for mentioning The Right Guy and my other song, Don't You Wanna Be With Me. So I always like to tell my music in chapters. The Right Guy is chapter 1, Don't You Wanna Be With Me is chapter 2, and When I'm With You is chapter 4, which leaves one question left. Where's chapter 3? Where's the hidden chapter? And for that, you'll have to wait and see. But what I can say about this beautiful chapter, chapter 4 of When I'm With You, you're finally with the person you've always wanted. The person that is described in The Right Guy is someone that I get to be with. And yeah, lyrically, it's a beautiful song. The lyrics served as a handbook for the music video. And like they did with The Right Guy and Don't You Wanna Be With Me, my lyrics always serve as a handbook. But for When I'm With You specifically, we're talking about a new moment. I like to capture moments in my music and the realizations that hit. So, and When I'm With You, the moment is obviously being with the person you love, which in video game terminology is when you reach like boss mode. You reached ultimate boss mode. You unlock the final level. You saved Peach from the castle. So, so that is really the feel of When I'm With You. But it's also like The Right Guy is justification based at its core. So, you know, I think I knew you back then for a while. Sometimes I'd blush before you'd cast your perfect smile. And I'd say, what the hell was I thinking on the bus ride? Next day we'd say a subtle hey, you and your Vans, me and my Mary J's. And and you are the only one I call when I need things practical. So all of these lyrics in The Right Guy are justification based. Don't you want to be with me? It's don't you want to be with me? Am I really just another friend, or am I the girl you call your own? I stopped at the exit, faced with your chest, praying that you'll confess the way I felt all along. So all of these lyrics show the different sides of the same coin that come to when you're navigating a relationship. But for When I'm With You, the entire library theme and everything with it, it's all admissions. It's not justification. It's not longing with hesitation at its core. It's admissions. It's when I'm with you, a storybook page starts to write. And when I'm with you, a soundtrack records in my mind. And I'll admit it. And that whole I'll admit it, which you liked in the pre-chorus.
Yes.
And I'll admit it. And I'll admit it. So you're literally admitting. So I kept to myself, withdrawn behind shelves, longing to be yours more than words could spell. So this is an admission. And one of my favorite lyrics in all of When I'm With You. I have a lot of favorite lyrics in the song, but one of my favorite ones is,
I've never known someone like you, even though I tried before. And I've never met a person once and wanted to know more.
that's one of my favorite lyrics because it's intellectual discovery shared among two people where you found the person and you connect on hundreds of levels and you're not even worried anymore about being hurt when you're in love. So that's what I really wanted to show in that song as well, that you're not worried about being hurt. You're at the highest of highs and forever starts to feel like it's not so impossible, and that even forever feels too short when you're with the person, you know? So that's really what I wanted to get across with this song.
Wonderful, wonderfully said as always. You know, your intelligence and the way that you're able to describe something is so wonderful. You need to be a YouTuber. You need to be a YouTuber. It needs to happen where you sit down and you just talk about stuff all day, because I would listen to how you describe it specifically and be like, man, I should say it like that. So when you were talking about the boss mode part of it before, I also see where you're going with that idea of like, it's the final boss. You've beaten that. You've finally gotten Peach out of the castle. You finally reach the flag at the end of the level, and it's the final flag. But as you just said, that forever doesn't seem like it's long enough. You want to continue forever, like it's in eternity. And it's just so wonderful that love can give you that type of feeling, and that you're able to describe it and, you know, work your words into a way that just speaks directly to the people listening. And I really enjoy the pre-chorus because not only is it catchy and just rising and rising and rising, but when it hits to the chorus, you're just like, yes, let's go. And that's what I love about it. And I feel like when I make the reaction, obviously it'll be to the video and not to the song, because I've heard the song like 7 times already. But I'm like so excited to just like build up as it goes on and just be like, everyone wait for it. And there it is. There's the chorus. Like, it's just so fun. It's so fun. And it just, yeah, it's got the flirty vibes. The video that I got to see little clips of, just the really nice setting and sweet overall feelings. Now we can spoil it. I'll just put in, because this is after the time. Pierce is in the video, and his smile, like, I know that he was like, you know, very good with his facial expressions from the right guy. Stuff here is just like so classic romance movie. And I think that's why you were asking what our favorite romance movies were. Is that a connection that I am correct on?
Well, when I was asking favorite romance movies, it was mostly just to gauge people's opinions about which romance movie would When I'm With You fit in. But yeah, the whole music video is cheesy. I will be the first to say it, okay? I story-worded it. It's so cheesy. But that's what's so beautiful and authentic about it. Because, yes, love is cheesy, okay? Love is cool, guys. And with this one, the lyrics did serve as a handbook, similar to The Right Guy. So when I'm with you, a storybook page starts to write. We're in a library. We're studying. The whole aesthetic is brown. We look awesome. We're in turtleneck. He's in a turtleneck. And I'm in, you know, brown-ish inspired outfits, brown and beige and black. I'm also in a red off-shoulder outfit, which you may have recognized from somewhere, but I'm not gonna spoil it. One of the scenes in the music video that was actually inspired by a movie was the scene when we're under the tree. It was inspired from Pretty Woman. The scene under the tree when we're both reading the book and like leaning on one another, that scene was inspired by a shot in Pretty Woman of Julia Roberts and Richard Gere. So obviously it was reinterpreted, you know, it was, you know, interpolated differently for this music video, but the essence of that shot is there. So
Pretty Woman specifically, like, I don't even remember them going outside besides that one restaurant scene where she had to learn to be as civil as she could at the dinner table in order to impress the clients and everything. But like, I always think of, the fire escape. I think of, the actual in the room scenes. I don't even think about that scene. So now I have to rewatch the movie thanks to Yafania. I get to rewatch Pretty Woman, one of the best romance movies of the modern age. And yeah, Julia Roberts and Richard Gere, absolutely amazing performances from both of them. And you just feel the love. Once again, you feel the love tonight. Goes back to the Lion King.
Yeah, you're actually inspiring me because I have a good friend of mine, and we're filming videos lately, so I may ask her to.
That's it.
Can you feel the love tonight with me?
As I was hearing you talk about your story, I was plugging in my Ethernet cable so that just in case the Wi-Fi were to shut down, which it just did, then I was okay.
Yeah, you caught it though. You caught it.
I saved it, so we're good. We're good, and we're still recording. Unlike episode 2, where apparently I forgot to press record on Skype. Still so funny to me. But yeah, no, I really, really love this song. It is my favorite currently, and it's a vibe. It's a vibe that I would return to multiple times. It's a song I will sing along to. It's a song I would cover. I think we talked about like if I wanted to make metal covers of your songs, it would be like The Right Guy. This one's taken the cake as probably my favorite one. And especially your vocals at the end of the song, like there's just so much more stylization and runs that you're doing and higher pitch, and it's just so confident, Yafania. It's just like Front Row was always a great song. I love that song still. Then you go into The Right Guy and you just get this like charming, sweet vibe with a complete twist. Then you go into Don't You Want to Be With Me? Your attitude era has begun. And now here you are with your actual flirtatious period. Flirtatious, crustaceous. Everything I do is dinosaur related. Thanks to the new Jurassic World.
I love it. I love it so much.
I love it. It's one of my favorite things about your music. Is like you can have that feeling, and it's you feel glee and not the show.
Even if you felt glee with the show, I still kept it as a compliment in my heart.
Yeah. I was going to go through the lyrics here because I do have them pulled up. And one of my favorites, the lyrics, I'm walking on water, is what we've basically heard most of the time. And now the story gone farther, but I don't need to read a book to see I'm hooked on you. And I love that. I also like the black and white gothy kind of, vibe that you have for the reel that you put up. But I also really like that that's all that we got. Once again, you just know what to put when it comes to your marketing, so that it's not spoiling the full feel of the song. So when you get to the rest of it, you're just like, whoa, this is awesome. Front Row did that. The Right Guy at the end, especially, there's so much buildup. And then Don't You Want to Be With Me? You basically gave us nothing. And when that came out, I was like, what?
What? Yeah.
How did she do this? That's impossible. She was just all happy and stuff. And now she's angry.
It's
I love
so
it.
beautiful to see the evolution from Front Row, my debut music video, to When I'm With You. And even working on set with everyone again was such a nostalgic experience. Working with Pierce again was a nostalgic experience. This is actually one of his favorite music videos. I think this may be even his favorite music video. He and I have spoken about it on our own time. And I think it's because of that library. We both really loved the day when we shot in the library. There's nothing to describe that feeling. It's a beautiful place. And truly, like, earlier talking about intellectual discovery and falling in love in the storybook page starting to write. It's such a magical library. It's like Beauty and the Beast's library. It's a beautiful library, and just everything from the clothes that we wore to the setting itself to what we were doing to the music. It just showed love. And it also showed the peace of being in love, you know what I mean? Like, we're no longer like in Don't You Want to Be With Me. Don't You Want to Be With Me was a very charged song for me. I was very angry when I wrote it. So that really shows that frustration with longing at its core. And then in When I'm With You, there's no more frustration. We're together. We finally did it. We captured each other's hearts. In a good way, obviously. We didn't. No one's capturing hearts, but we did figuratively capture each other's hearts. So that's what will always make When I'm With You so special compared to all the other music videos. But in every music video, I really try to do conceptual visuals. So front row, for those who are new or who have seen it, front row is all equestrian. It's very equestrian. Horses, apples, there's a dinner scene. It's just a very kind of equestrian look, or inspired look. And then the right guy, the lyrics served as a handbook, similar to all the other songs. It's the school, the imagery. Next day we'd say a subtle hey, you and your Vans, me and my Mary J. So there is that school imagery. And then the bus ride, obviously. And then Don't You Wanna Be With Me, there is that angel imagery. That comes from personal experience, but like I said before, Don't You Wanna Be With Me was inspired by a journal entry that I wrote when I was in love, which is, how do you perceive me? Am I an angel in your mind? Like, what do I look like to you? And so Don't You Wanna Be With Me explores that. And then in When I'm With You, we have so many books and pages and just analogies to stories.
I'm walking on water. Our story's gone farther. But I don't need to read the book to see if I'm hooked on you.
I don't need to read the book. I know what I know.
At the book in that specific part. Same with when you are talking about reading through pages underneath the tree, the pretty woman scene. It's just it visually matches the lyrics, and like that's what I do love that about all your music videos. The library scene specifically, though, something I talked about with the couple that I had on for the first time. I actually had a couple on just to talk about their relationship and things like that, and so that same vibe was coming in to my mind while I was watching the video. I was just like, this is Goofball Island from Inside Out. You have to have a Goofball Island in your relationship. You have to be silly. You have to be funny. You have to have that type of vulnerability. Otherwise, you're not truly in love. When you're truly in love, everything is on the table. It's already out. You don't have anything to worry about anymore. And that's why, like, running around the library, a little bit of tag, a little bit of smiley action. I'm all about it. And I was like, yes, this is exactly how love feels. And that's what I was like really happy to see from the video, and how much it complemented already what was in the lyrics and in the music itself. It's beautiful music. Seriously, like the vibe that you get from the right guy. If you're like, this is my little tiptoe in the water, I just want a taste of what Yafania is, the right guy, you want a full dive into the water when you get to When I'm With You.
When I'm With You. But thank you so much. That's
Everything.
so sweet. When I'm With You is like a dive into the water. Even like everything about it just feels more charged. And when I wrote it, I really wanted it to sound unhinged, but not in a bad way. I just wanted it to feel like the floodgates are open. Like you said before, and nothing is off the table. Everything is out in the open. It's like, fine, we're together. I'm gonna tell you everything. I used to long for you behind shelves. And a storybook page starts to write, and the soundtrack records in my mind, and the stars align, and it's just so much imagery and bursts of just confession. It's admissions. It's confession, confessions. But it also comes from a place of looking on the past and looking at the present and realizing that the present is more heightened than you could ever imagine. And it's also kind of funny, when I wrote the line, I kept to myself, withdrawn behind shelves, longing to be yours more than words could spell. I used to kind of internally laugh at the lyric, because in a different context, it could sound completely like John Carpenter style.
Oh yeah, kind of stalkery.
Yeah, kind of stalkery. But I do think that there's something really beautiful about that admission, that, because it really is, it's kind of poking fun at yourself in the past. That's why I really like that lyric a lot. That, yeah, I kept to myself, withdrawn behind shelves, longing to be yours more than words could spell. Like, imagine if you said that to someone and your face is blushing. You're like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. And another lyric that I wrote that I really love, and when I've played it for people in the past, they really love, is,
And I thank you for all the joke-filled nights and the 3-hour long winter drives.
And those 3-hour long winter drives did happen. It is nonfiction, people. The 3 long winter drives are real. But yeah, that lyric as well, in the 3-hour long winter drives, it just is about making memories. You are going on adventures with the person. And I also really wanted to show the different sides in When I'm With You When You're in Love. Like, there is the intellectual side, which kind of shows in the music video. Like, there's the intellectual side. There is the playful, goofy side. There's the dancing, intimate side. And yeah, I think that's why When I'm With You is so special. And it truly is one of my favorite songs. I love the lyrics. It's been so hard to put videos out on the internet lately because it feels like every 3 lyrics, for me personally, every 3 lyrics feel like I'm spoiling something huge. So it's all about timing it, because I know that each 3 clump of lyrics are memorable. So
Yes.
it's about how much can you give people while also holding back, while also giving them something to look forward to. You're not just holding back, you're not just gatekeeping, but giving them something to look forward to, where they're like, oh, I really like this snippet. I wonder what the rest sounds like. And then you give them another snippet. Oh, I really love these 2 snippets. And it's just you keep kind of, teasing a bit. Yeah.
It's so fun though. It's really, really fun. And your dancing in the video as well is really fun. There's a lot of little goofy moments, and you could just tell that you guys were having a blast while making it, and that some of those got in. I saw one specific edit where you guys were close, almost face to face, and then it just cut, and I was like, oh, they probably laughed right there. That was probably a kind of nervous laughter. It was so fun to watch. I was having a great time. I've seen it 4 times, I think, now, because I was just trying to get my thoughts together as I was going through it the first time. I was like, this is the song, the song that I expected from the first time you ever chatted with me. I was like, this is the type of music I'm going to get. And that's why when you were going through some deep stuff on the last 3, it was being outcasted from your normal family and everything like that. Then it was a relationship struggles, more relationship struggles. And I was just like, this is what I expected it to be. And now here it finally is. And it's got so much story behind it. And it all connects with Pierce's storyline as well. And that's why I'm like, part 3 is going to be awesome, because there's going to be some kind of resolution that happens at the end of Don't You Want to Be With Me to get to where we are. And that resolution has to be its own song, which is probably going to be even more exciting and probably my favorite song for quite a long time.
I'm so happy you said that. So stay tuned, guys, because there is more to the chapters. I do like to tell my music in chapters, and When I'm With You is chapter 4, and chapter 3 is hidden, but you guys will see it soon. I'm so grateful and blessed to have an audience that is willing and excited to join this journey with me through telling the music in chapters. Because on a vulnerable note, I was always a little bit shy and reserved about doing conceptual music videos because I wanted it to be cohesive. But I tell each of my songs in chapters. So I was like, how can I cohesively be me in my music while also playing with visuals? Because I love playing around with visuals. I love dressing up like an angel and Don't You Want to Be With Me. I still have the wings, Dan, okay?
You still have them?
Yeah,
you didn't give them away?
Never. I love those wings so much.
Even though that little girl was obsessed with them, you're like, these are my wings.
Yeah, it's true. If you guys have watched our last interview, subtle plug, but yeah, my cousin has a daughter, and when she came over, she was obsessed with the wings. She thought I had a Narnia thing in my closet, and she was like, oh my god, the wings, can I see the wings? And I was like, here are the wings. They're just wings. But yeah, it's always really cute. I actually do have some memorabilia. Speaking of the wings, I do have memorabilia that was in the music video that I still have, which
Really?
which I did not mention until now. But do you know the green lamp in the library scenes?
Yes.
You're listening to the Media Man Dan podcast.
I have the green lamp, and it's in my living room.
Yes!
Yes!
We are the champions, my friend.
I have the memorabilia. I have all the clothes too, but I have the the green lamp. So I have a library lamp, but we bought the lamp. I didn't steal a lamp from the library, guys. Okay, no rumors, no slander on the internet. But I did buy the lamp before we filmed the music video, and yeah, I got to keep the lamp that I bought.
Got to keep the lamp. I love it. I love it. So anyway, I was gonna say if you were to take
When I'm with you.
When I'm with you. Okay, please. My brain today has been on a trail of so many different words, and it keeps sailing away from main titles. I don't know what it's going on with. You know what it is? It's lack of sleep. That's probably it.
You have been, guys. Okay,
I've been grinding.
We support Dan in the chat. He has been a trooper. He has been interviewing so many people lately, so I have my full sympathy. So yes, if I had to absorb that much music per day, just like other than my own music, I would probably be the same. So you
And
have
you
my
have
full
to talk
sympathy.
about it, like absorbing it, fine, but it's like discussing it and trying to be like ultra focused on every single detail. It's like I can do this. I've done it before. It's just been 2.5 months since I've done it. So it's like you got to get back in the game. That's how you do it. You get back in the game, kicking ass again.
Head in the game.
There we go.
High School Musical.
High School Musical.
reference.
Yes, absolutely. Every time.
In the game. Yeah, I love that.
So now we're going to go off on a little trail of your own media influences and things like that, because as I was saying, there was a lot of just romantic vibes, Hallmark, and now I know it's Pretty Woman that had a lot of inspiration for that Under the Tree scene, and Beauty and the Beast for the library scene. What about the other scenes? Any other inspirations that drew from film?
They honestly all came from just romantic imagery. So there is a scene where we both share headphones in one ear, and that is just a very cliche, your Pinterest moment. Many couples who have like one earbud in and the other person has the earbud. So that was inspired based on Pinterest and other things, but so the lyrics served as a handbook, and I wrote about how I wanted to be treated. Which I know sounds like very like princess treatment, but I did write about how I wanted to be treated. And I wrote about how I want to treat the other person, like the things we can do together, the adventures we can go on, the nostalgia of what happened and what's going on. And a lot of When I'm With You really is about looking at the past and looking at the present and acknowledging the past while falling head over heels in the present. And I love that about the song so much. And I also love how the song is truly about not being afraid to fall in love. You're not afraid to fall in love anymore. You just are in love. You can't even explain it. But for people who have been in love, you can relate to this feeling, to my romantics out there. When you're in love, you're just in love. There's no feeling to describe it. You're just you just feel everything. And I wanted to kind of ask people online, I really wanted to ask partners to reenact some of the scenes. I thought it would be so cool to get existing couples to reenact some of the scenes.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? They probably have their own When I'm With You moments. And I'll let them have that, because that is more beautiful to me than anything.
Hashtag When I'm With You moment. Add your own little clips of you and your loved one if you want to, and we can make a compilation just using part of the song.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. That'd be fun,
That'd
like a
be
little
cool.
slideshow. Yeah.
I could make a YouTube video if I end up getting a lot of people. I could just
There you
make
go.
a YouTube video called When I'm With You, the couple edition. It's just like all the couples, like collage kind of compilation of with each lyric. You're
Yes.
giving me ideas. Okay.
You're
this is a
editor
podcast
mastermind, so I mean, you're gonna have a blast with that. You know exactly what you're looking for visionary wise. Speaking of YouTube, though, you finally hit 100,000 subscribers since the last time we talked, and not only did you hit that, you like created a very nice video for all of us to see, and now we're getting even more input. Obviously, keep going forward and giving us more options to see on your channel. Like, you wanted to be this full-time like YouTube star, and I love that because you deserve it. Also, I love your editing, so I'm like, I'll watch, absolutely. And I get every notification. You're not shadow banned, which is a great thing.
That's awesome. Guys, I'm
Yes.
so happy. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could be there. No, I won't be
Anyone
in
who
the
has a YouTube
future.
account understands the feeling, okay? You will understand the feeling someday if you get a YouTube account, or maybe you have a YouTube account. So, yes, for sure. I'm just internally laughing because if you've watched my 100K subscriber special, it's me with the YouTube plaque going on adventures with it while putting googly eyes on it. So when you were talking about, oh, I love your 100K special, I immediately thought of the plaque that I put big googly eyes on. These like Cookie Monster googly eyes on. Yeah, I just love humor. And I have a very specific sense of humor, which might come across in this video or if you get to know me. So yeah, the plaque was so funny. I love the way I edited it, and I will not take it down ever because I just think it's so funny. Yeah.
Well, it should be a celebration, and it also should be something where you have a memory of it. Like the plaque is not just supposed to stay on a wall like most people do. Like, oh, I got the plaque recently. It's behind me. Thanks, guys. Like, it's like, no. Do something with it. It's like something special. That's a trophy. That's first boss level. That's Bowser first castle. That's what that is. Boom.
Yeah.
All that.
Exactly.
But it is such an amazing thing, and I love to see my friends, and especially those that are very talented in the world of music, getting the recognition they deserve. And you're going to keep growing. It's going to get closer and closer to that million, and I know you're probably going to put googly eyes on that one too.
Yeah.
But it's like so good to see that these videos have taken off, and hopefully this one will be up to that level by the time this comes out too. Because it's so exciting. This is the new Yafania, new era, new mindset, and you're only starting. This is just the beginning. You have so much more to tell with your story, whether it's going to be part of these chapters or whether you make a brand new book, whatever it's going to be. I'm on board with it. I know all of your fans are on board with it, especially Yafania Nation, Tiara Crowns. Everyone that is part of the Pierce community is a fan of you, which is awesome because, I mean, he's huge still, even though he wasn't in the new Zombies, which I was really disappointed by because I really like the new Zombies. And I was like, damn, Pierce should have been here. He should have had like a main role. But like, it's so cool to just see how much you've grown and how much you've used your passion to promote and propel yourself above the places you ever could before. And you knew this was going to happen because you were, already having these thoughts while you were talking with me the first time and had no music out. You were already like, Dan has no idea what I have next year. Like, that's the coolest thing. It's like, it was the biggest surprise, and it was one after another after another. And I just love that halfway through the year, a summer song comes out all based on love, and we can enjoy it all together. Like, we can all just, we don't have to really analyze it as much. We just be like, I feel great. I feel great watching this. I feel great listening to this. It feels really good. And that's what music by you specifically does.
Thank you, Dan. That means a lot to me. Seriously, it's been an adventure so far. I feel like I've grown so much since then. I've met more people, I've had more experiences, and that's something I'm really grateful for in my songwriting as well, which I hope as I release more songs, more experiences, I will share and it'll shine through. But truly, I don't think I could ever be a songwriter that writes in a room all day. I'm very much I need to go out type of person. Like, I write a lot on the beach. I write a lot in parks.
You're listening to the Media Man Dan podcast.
Breaking news, Yafania writes in the park. No, but I write in the park, I write on the beach, I write when I go out. So yeah, I really need to absorb other people, and I need to go out and have experiences, because in all honesty, if I don't go out and have experiences, I don't know how genuine my songwriting will be or my storytelling will be to my audience. So yeah, and When I'm With You is truly about the love I've experienced and the love that I want to experience. And I hope that whoever listens to When I'm With You, you get to romanticize your own love story to it and, have your own When I'm With You moment. Because anyone who's with you should do the things and have the admissions that are in When I'm With You, okay? This is green flag time. Tell your significant other to, no, it's green flag time. Tell your significant other to say the things that are in When I'm With You. Because if a person loves you,
you
shouldn't settle for the bare minimum. You should settle for the maximum.
Yes, 100% with all of that. Also, I should say, that like what I felt from the love story, it kind of brought me back to Mary Poppins, if you will.
I love it. Okay.
Right? So out of all things, the whimsical nature of that movie, there's a type of vibe that I could get as you are telling me like you have to witness other people while you're writing and while you're thinking of these things, you're just in the general vicinity of people. In my mind, I think of that first time they escape into the painting, and
Yeah.
like the world opens up to us, the audience, to the people in the movie. So the kids, for the first time, get to see something that could never be understood in any other way. But as a painter of, songwriting painter, you're seeing things on the daily basis, and you're just seeing all of that as the painting that they jumped into, instead of this, every day, every world kind of view. You see it as something that can create magic and that you can put into song form, and that you can explain your own stories or relate to what you've seen and witnessed, and then create something even more special from that. And that's something awesome, because I am terrible when it comes to paintings. I look at it and I'm like, that looks weird. And then I walk away. Like, I don't see the whimsy in anything, but you just have this great understanding and this great wisdom and this great psychologic connection to what is a story, what is love, what is meaning, and you're able to put that into music. It just translates so well to the page that you're writing on.
Thank you. That means a lot, Dan. I truly value our conversations. We always have very cool conversations. But yeah, for when I'm with you specifically, it's some of my happiest moments have been when I was in love, and when I am in love, and when I'm falling in love. So I really try to capture that feeling in my music and show all the different sides of love. Right Guy is the very shy kind of justification of why a person would be drawn to another person. And when I'm with you, it truly is about letting your guard down and feeling safe enough to let your guard down. Because there's a difference, between letting your guard down and falling in love while maybe, feeling uncomfortable versus actually wanting to let your guard down. And you feel safe enough because there's nothing to hide. We both know each other. We both like each other. We're both in love. It's great. So that is truly the essence of when I'm with you. And I am so happy that it's your favorite. I would love to know what your favorite lyric is, if you have a favorite lyric.
Oh, of course.
It's still too early to tell, but if you have a favorite lyric, let me know. Because, yeah, I really love the lyrics in that song a lot.
So the soundtrack records in my mind.
Mhm.
That's probably the most relatable thing for me. One of my favorite movies, is my favorite film, Baby Driver. The soundtrack
it's okay.
propels the film the whole time. It's all based on the soundtrack. And when you're in love, I was actually just talking about this with the other interview, you have a song that you both relate to, that you can connect to, and you can say like, this was our song. This is our song. And don't sue me, Taylor Swift, for that. But it's like, that's how love goes, and that's how relationships go. And so having a soundtrack that you both are part of, not just listening to, but actually part of, they're the soundtrack in your world. It's a country song specifically about being like in the driver's seat or something of that sort, or like windows down. And it's like, you just feel like the escapism of it. And that's kind of what love is supposed to have. But you pretty much said it even better than those big hits, because it's just so raw and real how you're looking at it and saying that this is the soundtrack. And I'm trying to think, I think it's a Rascal Flatts song. I'll figure it out. But it was something where it's like, you can hear the song and think of that person instantly. Allison has so many songs that will pop up because of my Spotify DJ. We both listen to the same Spotify all the time, and we're listening in the car, driving school or work together, whatever we're having to do. And so every so often I'll go from my metal playlist and it'll play like, you've been listening to this recently. And it'll play something from the 90s that she showers to, or just loves to listen to, or swims to. And it's like, instantly I just go back to her. And so she's the soundtrack of my world. So that absolutely does connect to me.
That is so cute. Thank you for being a romantic. This song is really for all the romantics. I hope I get to be on your driving Spotify playlist.
Oh,
You guys are in
definitely.
the car. I'll be the person who's like, you're listening to Yafania. Yeah, I love that. But yeah, thank you, Dan. That's really cute. I love the whole romantic vibe. Ever since I played the song for people, I've talked to people and they're like, yeah, since I heard your song, I've been feeling more romantic lately. And I was like, wow, like it's not even out yet. So thanks. A friend of mine as well, she was talking to me about one of her favorite lyrics in the song, and she told me, Yafania, you write with a lot of experience. Her POV, you write with a lot of experience. How do you write with so much experience? And I was like, well, the ninth divorce is really the one that sweetened the pot. Once you have the ninth divorce, you can write about all of the feelings. No, I'm joking. I've never been married, but I assume it's great. But that's really the vibe of when I'm with you. Just like you're in love. It's beautiful. It's blissful. It's magical. It's heightened. It's just, I think really, it truly is my falling in love song. When I'm with you, it's my falling in love song. It's not just on it like, oh, I wrote the song, but for me, the next time I fall in love, I will listen to When I'm With You, just to romanticize what it could be, what the love story could be, and how being with that person would make me feel.
Yes. Sorry, I'm looking up this country song. That's
No
it.
worries.
My Girl, Dylan Scott, I think. Something of that. It's one of these where it's like they felt the spirit in the music. And so the girl that they're in love with becomes the music. It's just that you captured it much easier, and it's the end of the chorus line. So yeah, no, it is something beautiful, and I think having a soundtrack that you can not just listen to but feel and live is the coolest thing ever. Especially once again relating it to Baby Driver, where it is all about the soundtrack. That's what makes the movie so special to me, and so this song is so special to me for that same reason.
I love it. We're both feeling so romantic today. Talking about When I'm With You is making me feel extra romantic.
Yes. When I'm With You, one of the best songs from Yafania, no question. Probably the best lyrics I've heard in quite a long time this year with pop music, other than Sabrina Carpenter. There's just so much to look forward to with what you've done. Musically, it's really good too. I should say, like, it's got the same guitar lines. I didn't notice how much guitar was on The Right Guy until I revisited it, and then I was like, oh yeah, it's not piano, that's mostly guitar, mostly Eddie out of all people. And I was like, this is amazing how much it just has that same vibe, and you just feel this completion, this finality to it. And that's why you said it's final boss or boss mode after you've beaten the final boss. And I'm just like, I can't wait to see what the boss was like. Let's go. Let's get to that Bowser level, right?
But let's get to it. So to anyone who is watching, When I'm With You is out now. You can stream it on Spotify. Oh, and when this interview comes out, the music video will be out too, right? So you can go watch the music video and tell me what you think. DM me or write a comment or just let me know. Let us know.
Yeah, it's great. And I love this conversation. I love everything that we've talked about. I love that we focused, like I just said in the beginning, I'm like, it's hard for me to focus. I love that we focused mostly on the song, as it should be. This is a tribute to this entire song, but it's also a tribute to you as an artist and your evolution. And we've talked about it many times. This evolution is never going to end. And that's what's great, is like, you're only at the beginning steps. This is just, you're getting your foot on the ground, your footing corrected so that you can be like, now I can sprint instead of walk. I don't have to walk anymore. Now I can sprint. And I just feel like these 4 chapters, whatever the next one's going to have, is going to be that perfect first book or album, if you will. And you're going to be like, this is Yafania. But that's not the only Yafania. You're going to get this Yafania, this Yafania, this Yafania, still being you, but just showing different sides, and that cinematic energy, and just the way that you envision all of your concepts. You put every single lyrical concept on the screen, which is fantastic for me. I'm very very bad at reacting to videos, and I'll actually talk about one of the reactions I made very recently. I think I made it yesterday or 2 days ago. It was so bad, I didn't know what to say because I was watching the video and I wasn't listening to the lyrics. And this happens so many times. But when a video is the lyrics, or somehow, they work together in parallel, I'm always like, I don't look as dumb this time. So
Like, it makes sense though.
yes. It's like they were talking about books and then there were books on the screen. What a concept.
For me, when I write my songs, I have mentioned this before in the past, but when I write my songs, I always see the music video visuals as if they're in the room with me. I can see the scene. I can see the reactions. I can see the shot, the angle, the expression on the face, even the outfits. Like, I can see the scene. So for When I'm With You, I kept seeing the library, and I kept seeing a lot of the shots of studying. And I kept seeing this brown, reddish, greenish, library, shelves and desk and the lamp. I actually really fought for the lamp, which is kind of ironic now that I have the lamp in my house. But I remember in all of the storyboard shots, I would continuously draw the lamp badly, but I would draw what I want the lamp to look like.
Yeah.
And I wanted that old vintagey lamp. There was just something about the lamp, like, when you make something, but you're focused on the one detail that it doesn't matter if it's there or not, but to you, it means the world, and you're not backing down. So people were like, oh, but Yafania, like, the lamp, it's only going to be there in like 4 or 5 shots. I was like, this lamp matters. This is When I'm With You, people. This shows ultimate romance and library, and I'm going to take it with me if I ever, spoiler alert, but if I ever go on a tour, potentially, who knows what the future holds, but if I ever go on a tour, I actually may bring the lamp with me on the stage. Have a little, I'm going to save that as a surprise, but I may have the lamp and a desk on stage.
I wish that you had some behind the scenes comedy stuff, because you said you have a certain form of humor, and I know where you're going with it. Yeah. I think it would be hilarious if you played this super cynical director, like with the megaphone and everything, just like, cut. Where's the lamp in this shot? Where is the lamp? They're like, no, they're walking down the hallway. Add the lamp. It's not good enough.
Yeah, add the lamp. Just like, we practiced on the megaphone. We practiced.
Did you see? Did you see The Fall Guy with Emily Blunt and Ryan Gosling?
I have seen the trailer for it, but I have not yet watched it.
When you watch it, you'll understand where I'm going with the megaphone idea, and it's a very specific scene about halfway through the beginning of the film. It's hilarious and super awkward, because it's all about them having their relationship issues, but they do it over megaphone. And
I love it.
It's like making him feel extra guilt for whatever happened in their relationship while he's in costume being blown up multiple times, set on fire. And she's just like, yeah, well, what it is that the character needs to feel that shame that they that they should feel when they hurt somebody. Like, it's just, I love it. It's great. It's wonderful. But when I really think of lamps and the obsession of them, I always think about my favorite Disney film, and that is Aladdin. And just don't touch the lamp is probably the greatest, words of advice for you when it comes to the music video. Don't worry about the lamp. Don't touch the lamp. Keep the lamp, but don't touch the lamp. It's perfect. Yeah. It's a good lamp. It can stay in the shot, or it can be removed. It doesn't matter. But I love that you love the lamp. I love that you love lamp.
I love lamp. Do you really love the lamp, or are you just saying it because you saw it?
I love lamp. I love lamp.
That's how it literally just starts, as just that clip. I'll be like, wow, Dan, what on earth were you thinking?
It's really fun for me that we stayed focused, because usually our interviews are so... go check out our other interviews. We're not going to spoil it right now, but you should see our interviews. They're pretty funny and hectic. So they're always focused as well. Okay. We always stay on track, but we always usually talk about movies or music or pop culture and stuff like that. So go check out our other interviews if you want to be entertained, because I actually watch our old interviews sometimes. When I need like a quick pick me up, I'll watch like certain scenes from our interview.
Oh, the first one where you're like orange,
Yeah, I did notice it that day, and I was like, whatever, it's fine. It's all
My
good.
color correction that I use is called Color Boost on Filmora, and I apologize so much for that specific one. I should have just kept it. I looked like a ghost, so I was like, oh, I'm going to add the color to it, and I didn't realize that I did it for the whole screen. And so I'm looking at you on my screen, it looked fine, and then I posted it, I was like, oh, man, she's orange or red, and I'm orange. Like, what am I thinking? Why did I do that? Because I felt so pale, and I always think about that. But I do love the editing I did with that little movie screen that we had up top, and this is nostalgic for me because I've had you on 2 years in a row. We've had you on 4 times now. Isn't that crazy? Like the first time you ever were there is when I was first starting the podcast. So it was Zoom days. That's where I was using the theater. Then you got to the Skype days. So you've been through all of Den's evolution as a podcaster. And now here we are reminiscing on that chat. And I loved that chat. That was something that like really impacted my mindset of who can have passion and what age is expected to be like the most wise these days. And so I even talked to my GM at my hotel and I told him about my podcast. And he was like, can you give me an episode that you would recommend? And I said, Yafania, number 3. She's wise, she's intelligent, she's really passionate, and she makes music that I think everyone needs to listen to. And he's like, all right. And so he listened to it and he's like, yes, but I didn't know you were a good interviewer. I don't notice that. When did that happen? I'm just talking about my guests. I love this though. I love what I do. I love having you here. You're one of my favorite guests on the whole show. Like literally, I'll have you on anytime. You would be a co-host if I had that free time and I was in Canada. I would just be like, all right, Yafania hour, take over.
I would love that. I've actually thought of starting a podcast before. If I do, you'll be my first guest. We'll bring it back. We'll bring it back. It'll be like a nostalgic moment. Like I was one of the guests. Now you're my first guest, like honorary guest. I've been thinking about starting a podcast, but I'll be honest with you. I've been getting a lot of information these days. A lot of people want me to do a lot of things, which I love. I love my fans and I love my own kind of personal team. But I have been getting like, oh, Yafania, you should do this and this and this and this. And I'm like, you know what? When the right opportunity comes, the right opportunity will come. But for now, I'm really having fun just being a goofball and making funny videos for my YouTube channel that are gonna come out. I'm having so much fun doing that because I feel like a lot of my personality, which you can see, I'm an extroverted introvert, so I just have a very certain sense of humor, and yeah, I can't wait to release these upcoming videos and share it with the world. Yeah. So to show both sides, like yes, the artistic music video, a music side, and also the very just like goofy side that goes places and
you have
does
to have
some
both
antics.
worlds. Like you have to do it. It's possibly the best thing that came from the Hannah Montana show is explaining that there are 2 versions of a celebrity. Even though we as kids didn't take it in when we were watching the show and laughing with all the stuff. As an adult, I always think about it and I'm like, they have to play 2 specific characters. One themselves, who they actually are, and the other, the celebrity. And you've still seen yourself as just yourself, which is an amazing thing because to me, you are a celebrity. And a lot of other people would agree with that too. Just because of the amount of numbers, the amount of views, the amount of participation, and apparently input that you're getting all the time. Do you know how many times people comment and say anything about my show? Never. So,
No,
just like,
I always comment. I try to comment because I love your show. I love all your episodes.
My guests, I love them, and they're the only ones that do. But like, I want those people that have never heard the show to come in and be like, "This episode was cool because I liked when you talked about this," or "I hated when you talked about this," and I'll be like, "Holy shit! Feedback! What is this? Am I in a dream? I must be in a dream. I actually have feedback." Like, it's just, I wish I could have that kind of input and have to choose between like what I'm gonna do because my mindset is hardcore grinding. And this is crazy how it's going to go, Yafania. This is the next step. September is covers. I'm doing a cappella covers of huge pop songs and pop punk covers of classic songs. Lucky by Britney Spears. I'm doing the whole thing in pop punk.
Can you cover
And
when I'm with you?
yeah, I'll cover when I'm with you. I'll throw it all in. Exclusive, yes. And then after that, it's just I always have something I'm going towards next. I never just am like, Dan the podcaster, Dan the YouTuber. Keep my feet in the ground, stay there forever. So the reactions are coming back too, along with the movies. And they're going to be so extensive because I'm getting into the big artists. So hoping that it will grow, but then I will finally have some answers on what people want to see next. Because that's when I can be like, all right, cut 5, 6, and 7, keep 1, 2, 3, and 4. Like I just have so many different phases of my creative style. And I always thought about playing an instrument. And because instrument, like you have to learn it, you have to repeat. And it's just that memory, that repetition that helps you understand if you're actually good at the instrument or if you need to learn more about the instrument. Like for me, I always think about my favorite band I'm wearing right now. Like I know every single song, every album, the moment that it turns on, I could tell you exactly where it came out. But I don't know the history of any of the members. I don't know any of the drummers' names besides the 2 that they've had. I don't know how they became a band. Like all of these things, I love this band. Same with Linkin Park. I love 2 members, Mike Shinoda, Chester Bennington, and I forget everyone else to research. So it's just like you have to have a full picture if you're going to fully commit to something. In my opinion, that's how I do things. So I'm just putting it all out there and seeing what fits the most for me, and then just sticking with that and putting all the passion in moving forward.
I love that. The hustle never stops. The grind never stops. And it truly isn't a musician thing. I have had people talk to me about that before where they're like, oh, but Yafania, being a musician, the hustle is nonstop. And I'm like, yes, being a musician, yes, the hustle is nonstop, being an artist, being public, but there are tons of other jobs where the hustle is nonstop as well, which is literally being a podcaster, being an influencer, any other job, being a doctor, a lawyer, whatever. So it does apply. Just if you're ambitious, if you have a goal in your mind and you want to achieve it, then go for it. You know what I mean? Like the hustle never stops. And the more and more you work, the more and more you will reach a place where you're just happy with the result.
Yeah.
You'll just reach a place of comfort. It's not frantic. There's no frantic feeling about, you know what I mean? Maybe when you're like editing and stuff like that, because I'll admit sometimes I'm frantic. We can both relate to it when you're editing something and you're like, it has to be perfect. But when you get the final outcome, you're like, okay, it was worth it. I feel better about this. I feel happy. So yeah, but I relate to the hustle. I am a sister in arms on that, with the hustle and the grind, it never stops. Bars, am I right?
Yeah. But the payoff is great because like you said, there's a moment of satisfaction that you get from really, really working hard and putting your all in where you're obviously very tired, but you're just like, I did it. Like there's that I did it moment. There's people that are handed these opportunities, by pure luck, they'll come across something and they go viral. And it's like, they're never going to have that full on satisfaction until they pursue their passion. And whatever that passion is going to be put to the side because it's not virality. That like, it's not going to fit in their viral sensation moment. And all their marketing team is going to be like, you want to stop doing what made you famous? Are you nuts? Why would you do something to ruin your reputation? Like that's how they see it. But I see it as the complete opposite. If you're not truly authentic in what you do and love what you do, you're always going to be disappointed, even if you are on top of everything. That's why I love to hear people that really don't focus on the end as like, oh, well, I just have to get there. It's like, no, that's stepping stones. That's stepping stone 1. You can't just be like, well, I made it. I'm there now. Where do you go then? Do you just make it up? Do you retire? You retire at like 25? There's people that have this mindset that they can reach this certain level of fame or this certain level of fortune, and they'll just stop everything, and that's where they need to go. And I'm like, no. Listen, the fortune doesn't even matter. What matters most is that you can take something that you've already done and you can perfect it to the point that somebody else says, wow, you should really try this. And then you should do that. Or find something that you're really passionate about on the side. Maybe Yafania should write a book about all these amazing love stories because it feels like it's already a book with chapter 1, 2, and 4, and I'm excited for 3. And it feels like it could literally be a novel in my hands, and I would love to see how she writes it. And that could be down the line, way after the music, and continuing the music, but still having that nostalgia for how it all started. It's all where where you first come from, not where you plan to go, because you can plan to go anywhere you need to go. It's how you formed that first thought, that first passion that I really promote here on the podcast.
100%. And life, like you said before, life truly is made up of stepping stones. And you reminded me of that today. So thank you.
Of course. And for everybody listening, this was another amazing chat with one of the best guests in the entire world. If you have a podcast and you want to have somebody that can talk for hours on end about wonderful things and truly like explain things perfectly, this is your guest. You want Yafania. Everybody go and listen to the new single. Please give me It's going to keep happening. When I'm Kissing You by Miranda Cosgrove. No, just kidding.
Go stream that too, actually. Stream
When I'm
both.
Kissing
But
You.
stream When I'm With You by me, by Yafania.
Yes. Stream Yafania's brand new single, When I'm With You. Go watch the music video. Fall in love once again with music. Fall in love with love itself. And find the right guy or girl for you. Thank you for watching. I hope all of you guys have a great night and stay safe out there. Peace.
Look out.